words of Amos, I'm going to say, Call Allah Yahweh by Shem Shai. What I just said is all praises to the Father in the name of the Son. I also want to say Yahweh by Shem Shai Barakatah, meaning Most High in Christ blessed. Right? What I'm going to do is go into something that was brought to my attention, but it still doesn't negate what I've said about Esau not getting into the kingdom. Right? I know this is the second lesson in a row that's pertaining to Esau. I don't really like to deal too much and keep on going back and forth and nailing a topic over and over and over again. But when it comes to Edom, that seems to be the case every time. Right? I was on Twitter and I made mention about some you wish people, and the comment was said that so I'm giving the rundown of why I got brought this here, man. So basically, the comment was made that all the heathen got to get ready for slavery. I don't believe that all the heathen get the gratitude of serving us, right? Now, I went in the last video. If you haven't seen the 17 or 18-minute video that I did on Monday, right? Go to live videos in my YouTube. Go to the live section. Go to that, and then go to the top video after this one, and look at it. Watch it, man. Right? I didn't make any mention of this, man. Right? But I still got some stuff for this, man. So we're gonna just deal with this short video, man. It shouldn't be too long, right? And then basically in that YouTube video, man, Salakia, in that comment section where he was like, everybody got to get all ready for servitude, I was like, nah, not Esau, everybody else, yeah, but not Esau. And then it led down to the brothers saying basically that Esau gonna serve us for 1,000 years. That ain't the case. I don't see that in the scriptures. I don't believe that is what the scripture ever says at all. I would like to see the verse that says Esau serves Israel for 1,000 years. It's often misinterpreted that Revelation 20:7 or Revelation 24:5-6 is talking about Esau serving 1,000 years, when in all actuality it's talking about children of Israel getting their power right. And then at verse 7 and 8, after that 1,000 years, Gog and Magog get destroyed. It's not Esau, it's Gog and Magog, right? Now this is Amos chapter 9 verse 11. We're going to deal with this, right? Because a brother, what was the brother name? Shout out to the brother for even bringing this to my attention. The verses that was used often with this, man, was not the one that I wanted, man. I'm going to shout out the brother that gave me the Kid AO, man. Nat Burner is his name, his handle on Twitter. If you want to follow at Nat DAKID_AO, the Kid AO. On Twitter, man. And then even the brothers that I'm having the conversations with, is no ill intent towards these brothers, man, because it's a biblical discussion. We not name calling, we not in strife, man, right? It's just a biblical discussion, man. But at the end of the day, man, is what's the truth and what's the doctrines of men, right? And that's what it's about, man. Yeah, if the children of Edom serve us in the kingdom, that's not going to hurt or affect us, man. If the children of Edom is destroyed before the kingdom, that's not going to hurt or affect us, man. Right? It's not a matter of salvation, right? It is not going to make or break the children of Israel if we have one less nation, man. So that has to be clarified. But the brother, the Kid AO, brought this out to me, man, and he said, "What about this?" Right? And I was like, "Oh, you got me," right? But then I thought, and I even responded to him. This is going to be a little bit lengthy with my speaking on this point, my speaking points, but I got to make it sure I clarify, right? So with that, I looked into the Hebrew of verse 12, right? And then I looked into some comparative text in verse 12, right? And I confirmed that this is not about the children of Edom serving us, man. Let's get into it. This is Amos 9 and 11. In that day, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, right? And close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So this right here would be a cut, a clean cut, right? A clean cut to me saying that Esau is not gonna serve us in the kingdom, right? Because of this, right? And I'm not gonna deny it or shy away from something like this, man, right? Because it is what the scriptures say, man, right? The tabernacles of David, if it's gonna be as when David was running, David had the Edomites in his possession, man, right? So this is First Chronicles 8 and 13. It says, and he put garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants, right? Thus Yahweh preserved David with whatsoever he went, right? So yeah, man, that will be a clean cut, right? But when we go into this, right, we're going to see verse 12, Amos 9 and 12, it says that they may possess the remnant of Edom, right, and all of the heathen, right, which are called by my name, right, saith Yahweh, right, that doeth this, right. So I want to do one first, right. I'm going to go to the Hebrew first, right, and I'm going to show you why I believe that through the Hebrew is talking about their possessions, man. It's talking about what's in Edom and not the people of Edom, right? But it could be the people, and I'm not gonna say that it's not, man, right? But it says remnant, residue, right? Rest, remainder, escaped, and miscellaneous, right? Rest, remainder, or residue, remainder, remnant, rest, what is left, right? Remainder, descendants, right? And it says remainder or residual, surviving, final. So residual, surviving, that could be people residing in Edom, right? Final portion that had escaped, be left, prosperity, remainder, remnant, residue, rest. So be left, right? Remainder. This is not technically going into just people and in every instance, man. Even here, right? Genesis 45 and 7, to use that same word as an example, right? It says Genesis 45 and 7, and God sent me before you to preserve you a prosperity. Those are possessions in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance, right? So when we see that he's going to possess the remnant, that could be talking about the remnant. That's the word that I'm talking about. Could be talking about possessions, man. That could be talking about other things, right? It's not always about people, man, right? But how do I know this, right? So the NIV of Amos 9 and 12, right? It says, so that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the nations that bear my name, right? The NLT was what I wanted, Salakia. But even then, man, it's nations that bear the Lord's name. Is that Israel? Why? Well, Israel possess Israel? Let's deal with this really quick, man. Right? Let's deal with this really quick because we have to, man. You got to deal with it, right? Isaiah 56, verse. We will be called by his name, right? Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so this is Isaiah 56 and 1. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of the man that layeth hold of it, and keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself unto the Lord, Yahweh, speak, saying, Yahweh have utterly separated me from his people. Right? So this is literally talking about strangers being called after the name of the Lord, man. Right? They saying they not separated from the name of the Lord, and that's talking about in the kingdom, which this is about the kingdom as well, man, but it's not talking about Esau, man. Right? So this is the nations that have the ability to serve the Lord, man. Right? Man, that's just showing that the other nations do have the ability to serve the Lord in the kingdom, man. And we know that they're going to serve the Lord under the children of Israel, man. Right? They're going to be able to keep the feast days and so on and so forth, man. Right? But if that's not the case, I'm not saying that's definitive or not, man. But even so, man, we still got to see that the Edomites, they not getting possessed, man. This is talking about GNT right here, right? Amos 9 and 12. And so the people of Israel will conquer what is left of the land of Edom. Let's get this, right? Because this is what I used on Twitter, right? And it should be right here, man, because I just looked it up, right? So it says defeat, beat, vanquish, trumps, annihilate. Annihilate literally sounds like Obadiah 1 and 18, man. Best, get the better of. And I didn't even read get the better of. When I seen best, I thought get the better of. And then the next one is get the better of. Worst, right? Bring someone to their knees, overcome, overwhelm, overpower, overthrow, subdue, subjugate, put down. Right? It says quell, quash, crush. That sounds like Obadiah. Right? It says repress, root, lick, hammer, clobber, thrash, paste, pound, pulverize, demolish, destroy, drub, right? Give something a drubbing, cane, wipe the floor with, walk all over. This is Obadiah, right? It says give someone a hiding, take to the cleaners. Like they using synonyms and soliloquies that ain't even actual words. It's phrases, man. Right? And it says blow someone out of the water, make misceatment of. I don't know what mincemeat. Oh, make mincemeat. Okay, I said it wrong. Murder, massacre, slaughter, flatten, turn inside out, tank, stub, blow out, cream, shellac, skunk, slam, own, seize, right? And own is a good one, man. But take over, appropriate, capture, occupy, invade, annex, overrun, win. So it could be both sides, man. It could be we gonna possess them, or we gonna annihilate them, man. Or we gonna destroy them, or we gonna vanquish them, man. What is it? Right? It is. They not. So that's why the word was used there, man. That's why the word was used there for the GNT, right? Because through precept position, whoever chose to do the GNT is one of the best translations of the Bible, hands down, bar none, right? King James has the most accurate translation, for sure, right? Because he went in and he did a good job, man. So we're not gonna discredit what King James says, but sometimes you gotta go to other versions to make sense of these things, man. Right? Every other version of this, man, except for the New Heart English Bible, it don't even mention Edom, man. That the rest of humanity may seek after Yahweh, and all the nations who are called by name, says Yahweh, who does this, man. So every other version besides 3, man, speak about the remnant of Edom, man. Right? But that could be what's left of Edom, the remainder in Edom, the what's left of Edom, like the stuff in the land of Edom, man. And actually, let's go here, man. Let's go back, right? Because I'm not sold at all. Let's go to Adam, right? Idam, Edom, right? Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau, the land of Edom. So this could be talking about the land as well, man. And if you're possessing a remnant in the land of Edom, that would make perfect sense. Because the remnant in the land of Edom wouldn't be the Edomites. It would be who? Arabs. Arabs live in the land of Edom right now, man. Maybe a few remnant, maybe a few Edomites live there, man. But when we look at the scriptures, man, and this is why I'm going to do this again, man. Right? This is why I always gonna go to Obadiah 1 and 15, right? We're gonna read through it this time, though. We're not just gonna skip to verse 18, but this is the qualifying factor here, man. And I'm gonna keep on going past 18, man. It says, Obadiah 1 and 15, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, right? As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. This is talking about the heathen. So they rewarded like this, man. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Right? But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and a house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, easily broken down. Right? And it says, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire. And it said, where is the end of this, man? So this is a period. This is a period, but when do we see 1,000 years in between 15 and 18. Zion is being delivered, man. It don't say Zion is delivered and then Esau reigns, or Esau is serving Israel for 1,000 years. It's not there, man. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire. This is talking about how Shai coming with fire, man. And it's also talking about how Jacob, the Judites, man. Or no, okay, Jacob, right, is destroying Edom, man. So it says, and Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. They are going to be squashed, trampled, right? What was the word used, man? Flattened, turned inside out, blown out, shellacked, man, right? What was another word that was taken to the cleaners, wipe the floor with, walk all over them. Where was I just at, man? Obadiah. I was at Obadiah. Where was that at, man? Stubble. What we do with stubble? Let's be for real here, man. What is stubble for, man? It's talking about the day of the Lord, man. This ain't talking about no kingdom, man. This ain't talking about in the kingdom after 1,000 years, man. It's talking about right before we get the land, man. Right? Because if you continue on, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, conquer them, right? And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it. And they of the south, Judah, shall possess the mount of Esau. That's land. The remnant of Esau, that's land, right? And they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria. Benjamin shall possess Gilead, whatever, man. Where do we see 1,000 years, man? Let's get the 1,000 years really quick, man. Right? Because what about Amos 9 and 12? Right? We see it. What about Amos 9 and 12? Right? Let me show you my big old face really quick, man. Now let's go press this one. All right, so Revelation 20, we're gonna start at verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. That's the kingdom, right? But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. That's talking about after, right? After what's coming next, man. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such a second death have no power, but they shall be priests of God and shall reign with him 1,000 years, right? So continuing on, man. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, right? To gather them to battle, right? The number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Gog and Magog after 1,000 years. Where is Esau? Let's control F, right? And then let's put in Esau. Oh, you hear that ding? Let's try Edom. Oh, you hear that ding? What about Gog? Gog. 2 instances, and that's Gog and Magog. The only nations mentioned. Let's see if Ishmael's here, right? Let's see if Ammon is here. Let's see if Moab is here. Why we see Gog and Magog, man? That's going into the Ezekiel 37 and 38, or 38 and 39, man. I can only give you the information. You could do the research, and you could prove me wrong, right? Or you could just look into the scripture, and with an open eye, see that Esau not making it, man. Why? We got 16 other nations, man. Why we need Esau for? Right? It's not a matter of salvation. It's not going to break or make the nation, man. Esau's survival is not going to be pivotal to the kingdom being rebuilt, right? So if they're there or if they're not there, the Lord's going to make a way, man. The Lord always does, man. Right? The Lord put it in the scriptures aforetime so that it could be for our learning, man. So with that, I want to say shalom, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh